Today I'm going to show you how to make some oatmeal raisin cookies from a simple recipe that I found on the top or the cap of the Quaker Oats package. This you can find at any supermarket, it's available everywhere. First thing is first, when you're beginning to cook anything, you have to make sure that you have all of the stuff that you're going to need at hand. First thing that you're going to need for this recipe is going to be a cooking tray. And you're also going to need some wax paper. The wax paper is to basically avoid the cookie from sticking to the tray when it's cooking. If you don't have wax paper, you can also use some butter on the tray to basically serve as the same purpose. The other thing that you're going to need, it's a bowl to mix all the ingredients together, and 2 spoons. You're going to need larger spoons to mix, and also a small spoon, so once you have the dough ready, you can use the small spoon to transfer the dough onto the tray. And of course, you have to have all of your ingredients. First, you're going to have a half a cup of butter, 3/4 cups of brown sugar, a half a cup of white sugar or granulated sugar, 2 regular eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 3 cups of oats, and 1 cup of raisins. Okay, since we have all the ingredients together now, before you start mixing the ingredients, the first thing that I would do is actually turn on your oven at 350 degrees to make sure that it preheats and it's ready once you have your mixture all together. The first things that you're going to mix are going to be your butter. It's going to go on in this tray, and the brown sugar and the white sugar. Okay, now since the butter is still kind of hard, I usually just put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds to make sure that the butter, it's melted a little bit. So we take the tray. Okay, 30 seconds are up. As you can see, the butter is melted. At this point, all you want to do is stir all this together to make sure that you get a nice mixture. Once you see that everything is mixed well together, then you can start adding the rest of the ingredients. Okay, you can add the vanilla, the baking powder, the ground cinnamon, the 2 eggs, again, mix all of this. And make sure that it's all mixed in together. Once you have like a pretty solid color, then you can add the rest of the ingredients. Since these are somewhat larger amounts, for example, this all-purpose dough, you can just put it in first, mix it, and this is going to start getting a little bit harder. But again, you want to make sure that everything is completely mixed together. Now that you can see that everything's well here, you can add the oats. Okay, and finally, you add the raisins. Again, just keep moving, making sure that you get the same consistency throughout the entire batch of dough here. Okay. At this point, this is ready to put on the tray. And then at this point, you start using the small spoon. What you do is, with the smaller spoon, is just get one spoonful full and put it on the tray like this. Here's one. And the reason you use about the same size spoon is so that you get more or less about the same size cookies. Make sure you leave some room so that once this starts spreading, it's not gonna unite one with the other. And just do this for the entire tray. This is going to be more than enough to make more than one tray, but I'm just going to show the one. And this part doesn't need to be pretty. All you need to do is make sure that they're always about the same quantity and that they have some room to grow in between them. Okay, let me just do 3 more over here. Okay. Once you have the tray ready to put in the oven, just, obviously be careful. The oven is going to be hot. At this point, the oven is already at the heat of 350 degrees. So just take your tray, put it in here, and just keep an eye on it. It's usually going to take about 10 to 11 minutes. I know in my case, in this oven, it's usually about 11 minutes. I do have a timer, so I make sure that I don't burn the cookies. Put the timer on, and now just sit and wait for the cookies to be done. Okay, now that the 11 minutes are up, basically it's time to take them out. And here's the end result. Now I would just wait about 2 to 3 minutes before you take them out of the tray, and then another 2 to 3 minutes for them to cool down a bit before you can start enjoying some cookies. And this